counting down the minutes to the first pitch of today's game.
Yes!
Who's in the starting lineup?
Come on, son. You got to get out there and take the mound. It's game time.
What does the skipper have to say?
It's an attitude. You got to be willing to defend. You got to be willing to base run, or you can't play here.
It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook with Tommy Wortz on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Welcome into the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM, The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up all things Brewers Pirates ahead of game number 3 today. It'll be Jacob Mizorowski on the bump for Milwaukee, going up against Bubba Chandler of Pittsburgh. First pitch, 12:35 today from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Game number 144 on the season. The Brewers, 88-55 now, looking to be the first team to 89 wins, a 6.5 game lead in the NL Central. What's the lineup look like today?
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
Thanks again to Lakeland University for being a part of the leadoff show. Experience it your way, lakeland.edu. Now, again, I have to do this every time it happens. I would like to formally apologize to the manager, Pat Murphy, because you are not the last lineup in today. Usually the Brewers are, and they did it. They have their lineup in while Pittsburgh does not. So let me just run down Milwaukee's lineup with what we got so far. Leading things off, Bryce Terang at second base. Isaac Collins will play left field and bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bauers in right field today will bat fourth. Andrew Vaughn at first base to bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, will bat eighth. Rounding things out for the crew, the shortstop batting ninth, Joey Ortiz. I'll get you guys caught up on Pittsburgh's lineup as soon as we have that. The Brewers yesterday able to take care of business over the Pittsburgh Pirates, and today it's going to be two young phenoms going at it between Mizorowski and Chandler. Chandler was a top prospect, is a top prospect still with the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Brewers now have a magic number to clinch a postseason berth at 5, a combination of Brewers wins and Giants losses, now at 5, and a win yesterday with a Chicago Cubs loss, 6.5 game lead over Chicago. The Brewers, the best record in baseball still by 5.5 games. They have the best road record. They continued to add to that yesterday as well. The Brewers wrap up the season series with the Pirates today. The team has gone 69-36 versus the Pirates since 2019. They are 9-3 this season, trying to get to that win number 10. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. We've been talking around it, dancing around it. Let's go over the game from yesterday.
Did you miss the last game? Did you miss what was said after the last game? It's time to rewind. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan.
It was the big woo, Brandon Woodruff, going up against Mitch Keller, and Woodruff had his best stuff all day. We'll jump ahead to the 4th inning of this game. That's when the Brewers got started scoring in this one. Jackson Churio would ground out to first. Bryce Terang would strike out swinging. But then that's when William Contreras would single to right field, keep the inning alive. And I've been waiting all day. Not for Sunday night, but for this Jake Bauers homer.
A lot of in between that you still got to learn playing outfield.
Bauers sends one deep to right, and Jake Bauers keeps it going. Bauers is on fire right now. His second hit of the game. It's a 2-run home run. And the Brewers strike first. The misplay in center opens the door, and Bowers makes him pay with his 6th home run of the year.
Jake Bauers' 6th homer of the year, highlights courtesy FanDuel Sports Network, would give the Brewers the early 2-0 lead in the 4th. Woodruff dominant, a 1-2-3 inning in the 4th, a 1-2-3 inning in the 5th. Woodruff would allow a base runner on a single in the 6th, but no damage is done. His final line was 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks. That's the Brandon Woodruff that we saw earlier in the season, we wanted to continue to see all season. In the 8th inning, Sal Frelick would single with 1 out, and then breaking out of an 0-for-17 streak, Jackson Chourio, and he did it in a pretty big way as well.
Chourio deep into left field. Going back on it, Tommy Pham. She is gone. Jackson Chourio with a 2-run home run. A pair of 2-run shots in this game, and the Brewers have a 4-0 lead. Chourio with number 19.
Jackson Chourio's 19th homer made things 4-0 in the contest. The Brewers would give up a run in the bottom part of the 9th inning. Aaron Ashby came in, closed things out for the Crew. The win goes to Brandon Woodruff. The loss to Mitch Keller's, Ashby's 3rd save on the season. The Brewers now 88-55. The Pirates fall to 64-79.
Who was the MVP of the last game for the Crew? Who stood out the most? Let's find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Some performances to mention. 2 hits out of Jake Bauers, including that 2-run bomb, by the way. A 2-run homer for Jackson Chourio, big. 2 hits for Sal Frelick. His batting average now up to .299 on the season. But the big woo, right? You go 6 innings, you strike out 8, you walk nobody on 85 pitches. Man, that efficiency from Brandon Woodruff. Brewers needed it. Brewers needed it way more than you could have imagined. They've had a fantastic run. This stat here came from Brewers beat writer Adam McCalvey. The last 3 starts, right? You got to go back to Peralta, Priester, Woodruff. 18 innings of work, 10 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 22 strikeouts. Could be a preview of the NLDS. Could be a preview of what's going on in the playoff rotation. He even asked Brandon Woodruff about it at the end of his presser. Here is Brandon Woodruff speaking to the media after the 4-1 victory.
Brandon, what do you take away from all the called strikeouts? That's got to be quite a good feeling as you're trying to keep the hitters off balance.
Yeah, I honestly hadn't thought really much anything about it. I just was trying to get back on track tonight. Like the last couple, just different mindset coming into the day, but just trying to win a game, but it seemed like a lot of stuff was out of my control that was happening behind me, and just tried to turn that luck around and just try to attack and get ahead. And I made a little bit of an adjustment from the last time I faced them. I had a better idea kind of what they wanted to do, and some of the guys in the lineup I've faced a lot in the past. So but yeah, I just try to get ahead and mix it up, and whether it's swinging or taking, I don't really take too much account of that. I mean, obviously they might be guessing or whatever it is, but I'm just trying to throw quality strikes.
You've been throwing the cutter more and more. Tonight,
Yeah.
was the season high, 21 of them.
Okay.
Just take me through what you think that does, not only for your overall pitch mix, but specifically, does it allow the fastballs to play out with the 2-seam and the 4-seam?
Yeah, I think for me it was just giving a different look to a lefty. Was kind of the initial thought behind it, and I've still got the curveball and the sweeper to kind of slow the pace down a little bit, but for me it's just adding another weapon to a lefty. And if honestly I kind of treat it as a 2-1 to a righty. I want it to be more of a harder type slider. So I try to use it in that way. But yeah, anything, I can do to help my game, which is 2 fastballs. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to establish a heater, and that's just pitching. But yeah, I mean, it's been kind of a hit or miss pitch for me, to be honest. And tonight I had a good delivery tonight, and I think I was just getting some later action on it. So it was one of those things where if it's working, I'm going to use it. So that's kind of how I treat that pitch.
What do you think? Bullpen's got a different look now because of injuries.
Yeah.
What do you think about how things kind of shook out behind it today, the performance?
They did great. Fetty came in, and then Striz, and then Ashby locked it down. And then Toby did a job. It's one of those things where it's kind of the next man up, and that's kind of our mentality. And everybody that we put in the game is very, very capable of getting big league hitters out at a high level. So, did great, held on to the lead, and biggest thing is we won the game. So, but yeah, we're obviously got a few guys down, and they're bridging the gap great. So, credit to them for getting some big outs late in the game.
Wortz said you've done a good job of just being aware, right, of how you're feeling and kind of what your limits are.
Mm-hmm.
What would you feel tonight in terms of like the 6 ups in your pitch count?
This is a different year for me. I'm trying to be very conscious of not only going out competing and first and foremost winning a baseball game, but I'm at a point now where I'm well over not to 100 innings here, but I'm well over 100 innings combined on the year, and so that's 2 years away essentially from the game. I have to be cautious and really be careful how I approach things going forward. And as of right now, physically I feel good, which is a good sign, and I'm trying to just be smart in between and just give my body the best chance to go out and pitch deep into a game. So, I think I've learned a lot of rehab of just trying to recover, and I'm starting to put that into play, especially here later in the season.
If this was October instead of September, though, you think you're back out there for the 7th?
Nah, I can't say because playoffs change a lot. I think we've seen from the past I think if you go 6 innings in a playoff game, that's pretty special because it immediately turns into how you shorten the game up with these bullpen guys. And you know what, I've been a part of that in the past. I was one of those guys that helped kind of bridge that gap, so I understand that side of it. And but yeah, I mean, great team win tonight. It was one of those where we kind of just need to put the stamp on the series, and defense played great. William did, great. We had a good plan going into the day and executed it. And big day for sure.
After everything you worked through the last 2 years, what's it mean to be back in this position, pitching in important games?
Oh man, means a ton. Actually, it's funny you say that. I think you can get caught up. Sometimes, I think you kind of asked the question. Was it either maybe you Todd asked, when will I start expecting to go out and do well? I think I started expecting a little bit, and things started going sideways. And I think it's funny you asked that. I was out on the field today, warming up and just looking around, and just like, man, I'm gonna enjoy today, and enjoy pitching on a big league mound in a big league game, and just have fun. I think it was a different mindset for me, which it's funny you asked that. So. Still no expectations for me. I'm just enjoying each and every time I get to go out and pitch and get to pitch for a very good baseball team. So it's been fun. Hopefully keep that momentum and come October, have some real fun.
Woody, they've got you guys lined up here, Peralta, Priester, and you, the lockers, and that's how it is right now lined up. You start to think ahead a little bit about if you guys are pitching this way, what it could look like?
No, I hadn't thought one thing about it, and I don't know if that's symbolic of anything, but all I know is we got Shelby and Q, who got a combined 24 years in the big leagues, and they got the empty locker between them. So I think that's not a it's not a coincidence that we're all here together. But I haven't thought one thing about it. Honestly, just I'm coming in each and every day and just trying to do my best to pitch and recover and wash and rinse and repeat and just help out any way in between. And but no, I as far as that, I haven't thought one thing about it. I think I'll be fortunate just to be able to pitch in that environment again. I've missed that. And that's what that's where I thrive the most. I feel like is in those type of games and environments. So, just got to get to that point. So try not to look too far ahead.
There is Brandon Woodruff speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy of Adam McCalvey. Man, I could listen to Woodruff talk ball all day. It feels like, I didn't even know where to cut it off from there. I know it was a little bit lengthy, but he just knows what he's talking about every time. And like he said, when he stopped expecting and started expecting, rather, that's when things started to go sideways. The last 2 outings, Woody had 5 runs in each of those games. A big bounce back game after yesterday's performance. 6 innings of work, 8 strikeouts for Brandon Woodruff, and another, like I said, the big one, no walks. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you, getting you caught up. All things Brewers Pirates. The manager yesterday, Pat Murphy, speaking after the game. You would think that he would be pleased after a 4-1 victory over Pittsburgh.
He was pitching, and anybody watching the game closely realizes that he was a step ahead tonight. Located his heater fantastic, and I thought he was magnificent. And he just he knows when he's had enough. It really isn't just pitch count. It was the 6 ups, and he said he was good. So
being able to throw the cutters most of the time all year, is that just part of figuring out who he is now?
Yeah, the cutter's been a good pitch. His heater's still what he pitches off of, but the cutter's a good pitch to get him totally off the heater. But when the heater's located, it's really effective. The changeup wasn't as great as it usually is tonight, but he makes adjustments, and him and William work great together.
You're trying to get Miz, on track, but when you think about the last 3 days with Freddie and Priester and Woodruff, is that an area of the club right now you'd like to kind of bottle up and get to the end with the way they're throwing the ball right now? Yeah, they're all throwing the ball really, really good. Quintana threw the ball great last outing too, and Miz showed signs of really getting on it. So, that is starting pitching has become, solidified. We've been through a lot this year with starting pitching. I think we have the most rookie starts of any team, I believe. Colorado's second, I think, but I think we have the most rookie starts with 30s, high 30s. And I think no chance of getting caught on that one. But, that's really cool.
Joey Ortiz, obviously, 0-4 isn't necessarily what you want, but he is hitting the ball hard on the ground, which is the thing he's been doing. Feels like getting back to the last month and a half or so. How much do you just feel like his process, even on a night like this, shows him hitting differently and hitting more like he did in 24?
Yeah, I think Joey's in a good spot. He's frustrated he doesn't get the results, but he has continued to make adjustments. But he's so good defensively that, the fact that he can hit the ball hard for us and not just, give us no chance. He's really a guy who offensively has figured it out. So, yeah, I'm excited for that too.
How big of a lift is Jake giving you guys now here the last
huge
2 nights?
Story. He's the story of these 2 nights. Churio's homer late really helped us, but that was terrific.
With Woodruff just being able
Sal's at bat versus that lefty, and then that set it up.
Yeah. With Woodruff being able to throw the change and the cutter as well, again, does it feel like that's more of a definition of where he is now?
When he left,
93, 94.
It's a different 93, 94. He throws it even more. His heater has always been the predominant pitch, and he throws it even more. And he's got 96 in the tank. He's got more. But, developing that cutter is a little bit new for him. Before he got injured, he threw fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. Now he made the slider a cutter, and and a true cutter. So it's cutter, fastball, changeup right now, and some curveball. So little variation, but he's pitching the same. He's attacking hitters. That's what he does.
There is the manager, Pat Murphy, speaking to the media after the game. That audio courtesy FanDuel Sports Network. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you. We will take a quick break, get to our Building a Winner feature, take a look around the minor leagues presented by Iron Workers Local 8. We'll be joined by Austin Herdina at the top of the hour. Drew Wagner joins the program at 12:15. And is the leadoff show live from the 12:50 a.m. 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Welcome back to the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers lineup before we get to our Building a Winner feature presented by Iron Workers Local 8. Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bowers in right field will bat fourth today. Andrew Vaughn at first base to bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base to bat sixth. Blake Perkins batting seventh, and in center field today, Danny Jansen is catching, batting eighth. Rounding things out for the crew, the shortstop, Joey Ortiz.
The key to building a winner in baseball is a strong minor league system. Who are the names we should know? How did they play in their last game? It's time for Building a Winner. Ironworkers Local 8 brings you Building a Winner. Skip the debt. Learn a trade. Apply now at iwl8.org. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 1057 FM, The Fan.
Yes, time for another Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8. Thanks again to Ironworkers Local 8 for being a part of the leadoff show all season long. No time to waste. Let's get to AAA.
Nashville Sound.
Nashville picks up the victory 7-6 over the Norfolk Tides. Daz Cameron 3 for 5 in the contest. Brandon Lockridge picked up a hit. Even Reese Hoskins, who's still on his rehab assignment, he's batting .275 with an .842 OPS so far in Nashville. He went 1 for 3. You remember our old friend Luis Arias? Well, he's got 11 at-bats now with with Nashville, the AAA affiliate. He is 2 for 5 yesterday, has 2 runs driven in. On top of that, he's batting .455 with a 1.174. I believe he's 5 for his 11 right now so far with the Nashville Sounds. They'll wrap things up today with Norfolk.
Biloxi Shuckers.
Shuckers yesterday pick up the victory 5-3. Brock Wilkin back 1 for 4 in the game. Garrett Spain goes 2 for 4. Luis Laras hitting at the top of the order. Cooper Pratt as well. Nothing to report from there. No one going yard. Right now, Biloxi trying to gear up, get ready for a postseason in which they will get to starting next week.
Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers yesterday win 6-4 over the South Bend Cubs. In the game, Jesus Mate picking up 2 more hits. Andrew Fisher picks up a hit. Marco Dingus had a hit. And my guy, Luis Pena, 2 for 5 as well in the contest as Dingus hit his 10th homer of the season. Adams is up there hitting with them as well. Timber Rattlers now 6-4 victory. It makes them 56-73 on the year. They won't have any postseason necessarily, but very fun time to be watching Appleton baseball.
Carolina Mudcats.
Mudcats fall 5-0. Just a really big collapse from the Mudcats in this second half here. They lost a lot of their guys. Everyone knows that. Josiah Ragsdall 2 for 4 in that contest. Braylon Payne went 1 for 4. Eric Patanti picked up a hit, drew a couple of walks as well. Mudcats last game today as the Carolina Mudcats, as next year Wilson Warbirds. It's all over. So enjoy the finale today, Carolina. And then, Wilson, get ready. They're coming to you next. This Building a Winner feature presented by Ironworkers Local 8, building Milwaukee's future, one beam at a time. Coming up, we're going to talk to Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Get a nice little parlay for the people if you want to get any bets or any action on today's game. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 1057 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Let's get the latest on today's odds for the game. What's the best way to go? Let's check in with our expert from the Potawatomi Sportsbook to find out. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Football season here now. I know we're on the other side of noon. Before we get over to Austin Herdina, we're talking Brewers baseball here in the lineup in case you missed it earlier in the show. Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bowers in right field batting fourth today. Andrew Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh today. Danny Jansen, the catcher, batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can find him over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook because he's the manager of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on what I'm sure is a very busy day. Still took time to join us on the Fan Guest Hotline powered by Gruber Law, Mr. Austin Herdina. Austin, happy football. How we doing today?
Yeah, we finally made it.
Yes.
We're doing very well. It's been a very, very busy day, but I got a couple minutes here for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get right into it then, Austin. Today, the betting odds courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Brewers minus 134 on the money line. The minus 1.5 run line will get you plus 128, and the over-under set at 8 today, Austin. What are you looking at over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook to make a nice little parlay for the people?
I'm liking the Brewers again. We're still playing strong. I think we're going to close out the series with a solid win. I like Andrew Vaughn to get a hit. He's in the 5 spot today. And then I'm going to throw the Packers in this one. Packers -2.
Nice.
It's a game where, it's just the first game of the year is always a big game. But when you're playing a team like the Lions that are projected to, be right there with you in the division all year long, it's just a huge, crucial game. And I think the Packers are going to be ready for this one. So we got Brewers to win, Andrew Vaughn to get a hit or one or more hits, and then Packers -2. Put those three in a parlay, you're looking at plus 328.
Plus 328, courtesy of the Potawatomi Sportsbook on a Brewers victory, a Packers victory, and spread cover, and the Andrew Vaughn to record a hit that pays over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, anything you guys want to plug before I get you out of here over at Potawatomi?
If you want to come play some bets, if you have your QR code ready, it helps a lot. You can get it right to our express lane to place your bets. So if you just go to our Potawatomi.com, click on Sportsbook, and you can go right to our website, and you can choose how you can build your bets however you'd like, and it's going to pull up a QR code once you put the wager amount in. And that on the screen it says add new coupon. That will be if you want to add multiple bets. So if you have multiple bets that you want to make for the day, and you have them ready to go, when you get here to the sportsbook, you're going to go to the front of the line, and you're going to get those bets in, and you're going to be out of the line in just within a minute.
Awesome. Easy enough. The website's super easy to work with. One more time, if you want to build this one, make that little QR code. Brewers money line, Andrew Vaughn to record a hit, Packers to cover, -2, pays plus 322. Looks like it changed already over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Austin, have a great rest of your day. Happy Sunday, my friend. Go Brewers and go Packers.
Go Brewers and go Packers.
There he is, Austin Herdina over at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. I want to do a little bit of Sunday standings with you guys as football season has begun here. I got the Red Zone channel over on one TV. I got Jets and Steelers on another one, just hanging out here. But we're still doing baseball until then. And the Sunday standings is always something I enjoy to do, taking a look around the rest of Major League Baseball. The Brewers, best record in the game still, right? They are 88-55, now a 6.5 game lead over the Chicago Cubs, who are 81-61. The Cincinnati Reds sitting at 71-71 right now. The Cardinals at 71-72, and Pittsburgh at the bottom of the National League Central, 64-79. Taking a look around the rest of the National League, only one other team outside of the NL Central has over 80 wins in the National League. That is the Philadelphia Phillies. They are 83-59. They have a 7-game lead over the New York Mets, who are currently 76 and 66. Miami sitting at third place, 65 and 77. Atlanta, a really poor year from them, 64 and 78. Washington at the bottom, 25 and a half games back. I don't think they can make it. They are 57 and 84. Top of the NL West is an interesting race. That's between the Dodgers at 78 and 64 and the Padres at 77 and 65. Just one game separating those two. The Giants sit 72 and 70, while the Diamondbacks 72 and 71. The Colorado Rockies 40 and 102. Yes. Did you know that they lost 100 games already? I didn't even know that yet about the Colorado Rockies. It felt like. Taking a look at the other side of things in the American League, the top record right now, it is the Toronto Blue Jays at 82 and 60, while the Tigers are 82 and 61. Atop of the AL West is the Houston Astros. This is one of the closer races, I guess. It's 3.5 games between them and the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners are 74 and 68, while the Astros 78 and 65. The Yankees 3 games back of the Blue Jays, who are 82 and 60, New York 79 and 63. Looking at some wild card standings right now, the top of the list for the National League is Cubs, Padres, and Mets right now. 4 games back of the Mets is the San Francisco Giants. In the American League, 79 and 63 for New York. They are at the top. The Red Sox, 78 and 65, while the Mariners and Royals, separated by just 1 game, 74 and 68 for Seattle. Kansas City 73 and 69. So it should be interesting down the stretch here. If things were to be lined up now for Milwaukee and the Brewers in the playoffs, Brewers would be the 1 seed. The 2 seed becomes Philadelphia. 3 seed, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Then the Cubs are the top wild card team. They will have the 4th seed in this. Padres would be the 5 seed. Mets are the 6 seed in that time as well. So we'll see what happens. 3 wild card teams and 3 division winners. That is going to be the playoff field, obviously, since they've made that change over the time. Right now, the Brewers sitting in a very, very good spot, indeed. Over a 99.9% chance to make the postseason. It is the leadoff show live from the 1250 AM 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I would give you guys some sort of eye on the enemy, but there's nothing to talk about. I do, however, have an update that I can provide you with this.
Looking up, and it is gone.
It's almost time for the first pitch. Let's see who's in today's starting lineups. Brought to you by Lakeland University. Experience it your way. Visit lakeland.edu. It's the leadoff show powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
Why not provide you an update now that I have Pittsburgh's lineup in the middle of this segment here? I'll still give it to you guys on the other end, too, in case you miss it. Jared Triolo to lead things off. He's at third base for Pittsburgh. Spencer Horwitz at first base will bat second. Brian Reynolds in right field will bat third. Nick Gonzalez at second base bats fourth today. Andrew McCutchen, the DH, is batting fifth. O'Neill Cruz, the center fielder, will bat sixth. Joey Bart is the catcher, batting seventh. Yover Peguero is at shortstop, batting eighth. Jihan Bay is the left fielder. He rounds things out, bats ninth. One more time, run down Milwaukee's lineup too. Bryce Terang at second base. Isaac Collins in left field. William Contreras will be the DH. That is your top 3. Jake Bowers in right field today will bat fourth. Andrew Vaughn at first base, batting fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field bats seventh today. Danny Jansen is catching and batting eighth. Joey Ortiz rounds things out. He is the shortstop, batting ninth. Coming up, we'll talk to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports on the other side. It is the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan Studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
What's the latest on the crew? Let's go inside the clubhouse with Drew Wagner of Forbes Sports on the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Inside the clubhouse is brought to you by Focus Baseball. Join their fall mini camps at focusbaseball.com.
Welcome back to the Leadoff Show. Tommy Wortz here with you live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Before we get over to Drew Wagner, Forbes Sports, let me run down Milwaukee's lineup one more time for you guys here today. Bryce Terang at second base to lead things off. Isaac Collins in left field will bat second. William Contreras, the DH, will bat third. Jake Bauers in right field batting fourth today. Andrew Vaughn at first base to bat fifth. Caleb Durbin at third base will bat sixth. Blake Perkins in center field batting seventh today. Danny Jansen is catching, batting eighth. Rounding things out, the shortstop, Joey Ortiz. Joining the show now, as he does each and every day, you can follow his work at Forbes Sports. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. It is Drew Wagner joining us on the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law. Uncle Drew, how we doing today, my friend?
Chase Brown, baby.
Yeah.
Chase Brown.
Nice. Football season is here. Drew's Cincinnati Bengals on the board. Aaron Rodgers, I think, took a sack, his first play as a member of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the Packers play 3:30 today as well. But the Brewers play before that.
Steelers, Tommy. Steelers.
Yeah, I know. He's on the Steelers. And I say the Packers. Did I say the Packers play later, too?
You said Aaron Rodgers took his sack in his first play as the member of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, well, they're playing the Pittsburgh Pirates today. So that's where I'm at. And we have to talk baseball before football. And the Brewers, very considerate, even play such a perfect window for you to take you all the way up until the Green Bay Packer game. And the Brewers yesterday, Drew, another very impressive pitching performance. They've gotten 18 innings out of their starting pitching over the last three outings now between Peralta, Priester, and Woodruff. A great bounce-back outing from him yesterday, Drew.
Yeah, man, that was really good to see. Woody getting back on track, doing the things that you've come to expect. Wasn't, like, by stuff and numbers, he wasn't as dominant as he was in those first couple starts, but he looked back to vintage Woody again. Just going out there, efficient, mowing dudes down, striking them out, controlling the tempo, controlling the pace, getting through at bats rather quickly, basically daring them to hit his best stuff. And when he does that, more often than not, he wins the battle.
Yeah, Drew. And on top of it, the Milwaukee Brewers get the victory yesterday. It's a team in Pittsburgh. Yes, they should take care of business. But since Don Kelly has been the manager, I mean, they're pretty much a 500 ball club over 100 games this year. Not too shabby. This is way more promising to see something like this out of the starting pitching now, with having more expectations into October. There was a question that I believe it was McCalvey, maybe it was a Pittsburgh writer who was in there talking to Woody. They had pretty much asked, like, hey, if that was October, do you think you're going out there for the seventh inning? And he said he didn't really want to speak on it. He didn't know, and it changes all differently. What do you think, Drew? He was at 85 pitches. What do you think that's something the Brewers would do, or they're already quick to the bullpen and a trigger already? Like, would he go in for the seventh, do you think, in an outing like that yesterday?
Oh, I think so. I think in October, absolutely. I think he goes back out there for the seventh. Listen, they're still treading that fine line, especially with Woody. He's coming off a major surgery.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's been emphasized enough just how serious a situation this was. That was a massive rebuild. Think back to what Jimmy Nelson did when he blew his shoulder out diving back into first base.
Sure.
This is a career-changing, career-ending, in some cases, surgery.
Yeah.
They are going to be extra careful because every pitch right now matters, at least in terms of his health. They are not going to blow all his bullets right now and risk anything. High-stress pitches, high counts, whatever, they're going to ease it as much as they can while being competitive until October. So he does have those bullets left in the strap.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the Leadoff Show. Follow him on Twitter at @ByAndrewWagner. Drew, let's talk a little bit about today's game now. Speaking of kind of keeping, making sure like all your bullets are accounted for, Jacob Mizorowski on the bump today. What do you think now Jacob Mizorowski's role has evolved into throughout this season, right? He jumps onto the scene and he's electric. It's 11 no-hit innings to start his career. He's an all-star after 5 career games. And obviously he's slowed down. I think there's just more tape on him and people really know. And he's still so young to figure out the even more intangible stuff that you can do with baseball. What has his role evolved into this year? What are the Brewers looking to get out of Jacob Mizorowski up until October? And then how do you think they utilize it in October if they do?
You know what? I honestly don't know. It's like the $6 million question, $25 million question. Nobody really knows what to expect right now out of Jacob Mizorowski, and no one really knows what his role is going to be. Right now, I think they just need good innings out of him. They need good starts out of him. They need consistency out of him. And they haven't had that the last couple times.
Right.
I think they're still trying to figure out what they have in him. They saw what the high end of it is. I mean, we saw what his, it's not even a ceiling. They saw the top end of the spectrum.
Right.
And there's more to go after that. But I think they're still trying to figure out where is the middle, where is the median, where is that, all right, baseline where this is the expectation going out.
Do you think that expectation will continue to grow this year, or they're not looking to find it this year with Jacob Mizorowski?
Again, it sounds like such a cop-out, Tommy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He's been such an enigma since coming up, and he set the bar so ridiculously high.
Yeah.
And the expectations so high that, and we said this every time, it's not realistic to expect him to do this every time he goes out. It's the CC Sabathia thing, 2008. And something that he had said, it's he wanted to come back to Milwaukee, and obviously the money from New York couldn't be turned down, but the expectation would have been to do what he did every time in 2008. And that's almost impossible to do.
Right. And they don't expect that out of like any pitcher in baseball anymore, right? Like
Right.
that's just not even how things work anymore.
I think if Mizorowski can go out there and give them 5, maybe 6 innings of 1-run ball, 2, something like that, keep it under 3. If he can do that consistently, I think they're going to be happy. He's got to avoid that Freddie Peralta syndrome of the big blow up inning. And it may not always be giving up a bunch of runs, but those 30 pitch innings, those change the course of a game.
Yeah.
And if he has those early, that changes effectiveness later on, because listen, you're not going to be throwing 100-mile-an-hour missiles if you had a 32 pitch second inning.
Drew Wagner joining us here on the leadoff show. Tommy Wortz, get you caught up for Brewers Pirates. First pitch just about 10 minutes or so away. One more question here for you, Drew. Jake Bauers playing the outfield today. Like how hard is the decision on is Jake Bauers going to be on this team in 3 weeks? Because you've told me they're having meetings and you don't know what they're necessarily discussing, and they never postpone our media availability, but it's got to be something important if this is happening. Bauers hits the homer yesterday. He's got a little bit of a streak going over the last 3 games. He's been kind of hot. And now they have him in the outfield with no Churio or Yelich today, just to get them both a breather. Like, how hard is this decision really coming down to with the Brewers for the roster construction come October?
Man, he kind of, screwed it up by going on a little bit of a mini tear there, didn't he?
Yeah.
They going, 2 for 40 type slump would have made the decision a lot easier.
Right.
The Brewers can't catch a break. Man.
No. With just good play.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's going to be tough. The thing is, though, especially in that first round, because it's a short series and you don't need, as many starting pitchers, you can carry an extra bat. Like we've talked, and I can't remember his name now, outfielder sent down, picked up at the trade deadline.
For the Brewers, Lockridge?
Yeah, Lockridge.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had Brockmeyer in my head. The old
Breckenridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Breckenridge, as Murph would say. You'll probably see him on the roster to be primarily a pinch runner, and because you have the roster space to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way they can fit Hoskins and Bowers on that postseason roster. I don't know. They got to figure out a way to get Hoskins on the active roster before getting on a playoff roster. That's the big thing.
Yeah. Is he going to come back?
Tough.
He's coming back the 9th. Is that what we're hearing? Does that sound right, Drew?
That's when his rehab stint is up, his 30 days.
Okay. And then what do they have to do after that?
They would either have to put him back on the active roster,
okay,
or they would have to put him back on the IL. So
seems like they can't do the latter, at least. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll find out more this week. Drew Wagner joining us. Follow him on Twitter @byAndrewWagner. His work over at Forbes Sports and at thefanmilwaukee.com. Drew, have a great rest of your Sunday, my friend. And I'll just say it for you this time. Go Bengals. All right.
Who day, baby? Who day?
They are. Drew Wagner jumping off the Fan Guest Hotline, powered by Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all.
How does the Crew win today's game? Who needs to step up? Let's find out with the keys to the game. It's the Leadoff Show, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM. The Fan.
Keys to the game, how we always wrap things up here on the Leadoff Show. I'm looking at Jacob Mizorowski in this one, and I need no innings with more than 22 pitches out of Jacob Mizorowski. That's just the number that comes to my head. Is it a nice, even, clean number? No, it's not. But you can't have another 30-pitch inning in a game here. When he is throwing strikes, sometimes they get hit pretty far. Well, he's throwing fastballs pretty hard, so that makes sense. But as far as making the bases loaded because you walk everyone and you can't get any guys out, and then there's the big hit because it's all on you, like that can't happen. That can't happen anymore. Key to the game today, Jacob Mizorowski, no innings over 22 pitches. That's going to do it for us here at The Fan. Make sure you guys are checking out all your favorite local programming here on The Fan. And don't forget, today, you can stay tuned in to The Fan or tune back in to The Fan immediately following Packers and Lions. Myself and Sparky, Steve Sparky Pfeiffer, Green Bay football postgame show. It is back. We are back for another year of this. We'll be breaking it down, taking your calls, and breaking down the game from today. Packers, Lions, right after the game. Tune back into The Fan, the Green Bay football postgame show. That's going to do it for us on the Leadoff Show, live from the 1250 AM, 105.7 FM The Fan studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Don't forget, send them home.